Hello family, welcome back to another YouTube video. If it's your first time here, my name is Lucy Brown. Welcome. I surely do hope that you enjoy this video and the content as well. And if you do indeed, please do make sure that you consider becoming part of this family by hitting the subscribe button down below. Please also make sure that before you continue watching this video that you like this video as well. Remember, liking the video just basically helps you to recommend this video to other people or a larger audience as well. Also, if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new, fresh, crispy content, please also make sure that you smash the notification bell down below. As you've seen from the title of today's video, today we are discussing why is it so hard to find real love. If you've been around on this earth long enough, you'd know very well that it's not easy finding people who are truly there for you through and through. If you don't know this fact, just continue living. You will soon realize that it's not easy. Have you ever heard some people ask themselves, or ask in general, like, why do I keep finding this type of person? Why do I keep finding like this specific type of people who don't stay around for a long time, or people who don't stick around for a long time? Like, why is it just always me? Like, why do I have such bad luck when it comes to dating? Well, maybe it could be a string of bad dating luck. But then again, I don't believe in luck. So it could be a string of bad dating choices. Or it just could be time for you to reevaluate your type. Then again, it's difficult to find real love in general because the things that people are searching for in relationships has changed over time. People are just looking for different things in relationships than they used to. And if I could say so myself, it has increasingly become way more about what I can get out of a relationship than what I can actually give. And the thing is, I can't even say that I am surprised by that type of mentality because the content that's constantly shoved in our faces is all about me, satisfying me. Well, let's get right into the video of why finding real love is so hard. Point number one, the complexity of individuals. This one goes without saying. People are complex beings and it can take time to truly understand a person's intentions, their values, and their personalities as well. For an example, people can have the very same personality and still not be entirely alike. People have different communication styles, they've got different emotional expressions, they've just got even different ways of processing information. Some may be outgoing and extroverted, while some may be introverted and reserved. And the list can go on and on and on, that humans are just complex and that we're different. So what makes finding love really hard is searching through that vast spectrum for someone who's going to align with your intentions, someone who's going to align with your personality and your values as well. Finding real love requires from both parties a level of open-mindedness and a willingness to appreciate and embrace differences. Point number two, trust issues. Trust issues often come from past experiences where a person has been betrayed, where they've been hurt, or let down by someone that they once trusted. These negative experiences can create, and oftentimes they have created emotional scars in a person, and it makes it challenging for that person to then open up or connect emotionally with a potential partner. If you've been in a relationship with a type of person who has trust issues, you'd know how emotionally draining and how just tiring holistically it can be to be in a relationship with this type of person. And it's not to say that you don't love the person and you don't care about them, but it is to say that you're constantly in a position where you have to prove yourself that you're not going to hurt them and that you're just going to be there for them. It can be so hard to build and to cultivate a relationship with a person who has trust issues because no one wants to constantly be on a type of mode of proving yourself. Like, you just get tired to a certain point. You just want to know that, or you want to be in a place where your partner really knows that regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstance, that they can trust you. So developing intimacy with such a person can be really difficult because they're always guarded. And what I've actually realized that there's actually a lot of people who have trust issues. And the ones who are actually trusting just don't want to trust altogether anymore because of the pain that they get out of trusting people. But here's the thing, if you are going to develop any sort of relationship, whether it be a romantic relationship, whether it be a platonic relationship, any type of relationship does require a level of trust. Any type of relationship that's going to come with intimacy is going to require a level of trust coming from us. A level of trust does mean to a certain extent of being open and sharing certain things with the next person. And the thing is about the lack of trust or having a problem with trusting people is that at times you can even ruin good relationships, or you can even chase away people who really have good intentions because you're always creating scenarios, or your mind is leading you to places of creating scenarios that really aren't there because of your past experiences and because you have a lack of trust. I just truly believe that this world needs healing, or rather, should I say, the people living in this world needs healing. As the common saying goes, that hurt people hurt people. And so if we are at a place where we are healing from our past experiences and healing from our past hurts, it will allow us to show some grace towards people and open up a little bit in terms of trust. Point number 3, high expectations. High and unrealistic expectations about love and about relationships in general can be detrimental to one's emotional well-being and to one's success in finding real love. When a person romanticizes a notion that they have about what love should be, they can struggle to find contentment in relationships. As I said at the beginning of the relationship, people are entering relationships these days or seek things out of relationships for different reasons because times have changed. I mean, societal influences play a role, social media portrayals of romance, or even personal experiences. The problem comes in when these expectations become unattainable, and that just sets you up for disappointment and dissatisfaction. Expecting constant excitement and passion in a long-term relationship can bring about frustration when that honeymoon stage ends. And it's not that the honeymoon phase ends as per se, it's just a natural way of life for a relationship to give way to a much more stable and a deeper connection. But that's to say that the excitement and the passion is not 24/7 going to be there. So to have unrealistic expectations of a person is just unfair, and you're just burdening the person, to say the least. What I've actually noticed is that people who come into relationships, or people who go into relationships with unrealistic expectations, by the time they get to end the relationship, it's never ever their fault. It's always the next person's fault. So I just think it's just unfair, it's ungraceful. Is there such a word, ungraceful? Or it's not grace-like, should I say, to put a burden upon the next person to reach a standard that you saw on TV, or a standard that you saw on social media, or a standard that you held up because of your past. It's not realistic, and you're not going to find true or real love with such a mentality. Point number 4, the fear of rejection. The fear of rejection can hold you back from so many things in life, right? The fear of rejection can hold you back from expressing your feelings and even taking risks in love at times. I think that this fear can be a major obstacle when it comes to romance, or when it comes to love and relationships. Because you've been rejected so much in the past, you kind of develop or get to a point where you're just trying to safeguard yourself. So what happens with people who have the fear of rejection? They tend not to emotionally invest, or to invest at all into relationships, in hopes that if it does end, or if it does not end well, at least I still have something, or at least I still have a part of me intact because I did not over invest myself into this relationship. And the flip side of the coin is that with some people who have the fear of rejection, when they find themselves in relationships, they tend to overcommit emotionally in a relationship because they don't want to feel the type of rejection that they felt in the past. I genuinely think that getting ourselves or getting into a relationship is a risk. Whether it's a calculated risk or an uncalculated risk, it's a risk in a sense that with human beings, you cannot guarantee human beings 100%. I can say that I know a person today, but at the end of the day, a person or a human being has free will. So tomorrow, the person can choose that they no longer want to be in a relationship with you. So it is a risk in that sense. I know that taking risks comes with a negative connotation, but taking risks at times could lead to meaningful connections or personal growth. So if you're going to be successful in finding real love, you've just got to overcome the voices in your head of the fear of rejection. At times, if you are a female, it would mean take the risk and shoot your shot, girl. Point number 5, settling versus waiting. The dilemma of settling with the person who's not a good match with you versus waiting for the right person can be challenging to navigate. Settling often involves compromising on certain qualities or deal breakers in a partner, while waiting can lead to uncertainty and impatience. I actually think that the reason why at times we struggle to find real love is because we are impatient and or either we just don't want to be alone. So we find ourselves in compromising situations or in situations where we settle down because this person has been pursuing you for a long time, or you're just keeping yourself entertained with this person even though they don't possess the qualities that you actually require. While waiting for a compatible partner to come along, I think it's truly important for us to reflect on our priorities and reflect on the things that truly will matter in a relationship in the long term than just settling. And for some people, settling has worked for them, but just don't get yourself in a situation where you know very well that this person is not your ideal type of partner, and then you're going to traumatize the person, and now all of a sudden that person exits the relationship with trust issues, with fears of being hurt, and all of these previous things that we mentioned. If you're at least going to settle, at least be willing to be open-minded and accept the person for who they are, than bringing about traumas into the person's life because they are not what you wanted. With this one, I guess the ultimate decision is yours, whether you are going to settle or wait. But I guess with both of them, if you decide to settle with the person that doesn't have the qualities that you have, possess the deal breakers that you would not stand for in any type of relationship, but because you're tired of waiting and because your priorities in life, because remember, as you grow up, your priorities in life can change. It can change where it's no longer about the looks, the body, and all of those things, where it's really about the intellect, the person's character, their heart, and you choose to settle based on that. It's your decision, right? Or either way, you decide to wait. And as I mentioned, that the process of waiting isn't easy. Either or, with both, whether you decide to settle or whether you decide to wait, you still need to make your mind up that you are wholeheartedly devoted to this person and the relationship as well, till it gets you to a point where you're like, yeah, we truly have real good love. Well guys, I'm going to end it there. And should I mention, I guess I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, I am no expert. Everything that I just mentioned is actually my opinion and my reasonings, my opinion actually, of why I think it's really, really hard to find true love in this day and age. If you have not done so already, please do make sure that you like the video. As I mentioned, that liking the video just helps YouTube to recommend this video to a larger audience or to other people as well. Please do make sure that you also subscribe if you haven't as yet. Leave a comment down below and tell me, what did you think of this video? Share it with someone if you think this video is going to be helpful as well. And lastly, if you would like to be notified whenever I upload fresh, new, crispy content, please do make sure that you smash the notification bell down below. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.